So it's Mother's Day. I just want to come on here to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom. I love you so much. I appreciate all you've done. I appreciate all the siblings you've given me, and all the sacrifices you made as my mom. I really don't know what I would do without you. I'm super grateful and super blessed to call you my mom and to be able to experience life with you still by my side and to be able to call you whenever I need you and know that you're going to be there for me. So I love you, mommy. I hope this was the best Mother's Day ever. And I wish that you have many, many more. Love you.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. It is World Mental Health Day. So I hadn't planned to go live, but I thought, you know what? This is an important day. We need to talk about our mental health. So I just thought I'd do an impromptu live to talk about how important our mental health is because it's a lot of times invisible. People can see if you have a broken leg or, you're wearing a cast or you're in a wheelchair. And so they can have compassion and kind of see what you're going through and see how that they can help you. But when it comes to our mental health, sometimes people just don't know what's going on, right? No matter how much we smile or sometimes even try to explain it, it's hard to put into words. And I know for myself, I struggled for 13 years, not able to put into words how to ask for help, how to delegate things, that just seemed overwhelming for me, and just how to give myself grace. So I think it's an important topic to talk about today, especially. So I just wanted to get on to raise the conversation about some ways that we can make sure that we're taking care of our mental health. So I started the show with a clip from my daughter. That was a quick little video that she did for me for Mother's Day. And I think it's important for us to take a moment to let people know how much they mean to us, how much we actually care about them, because a lot of times we take that for granted. I just believe as a mom, it's like, of course, my kids should know that I love them. I'm doing all I can to make sure that they have a good life and have all the supplies they need for school or extracurricular activities. But nothing shows how much we care sometimes without actually taking the time to let people know how much we care about them. Taking a few moments to have a conversation, to put the phone down, to look them in their eye and really engage with them. So I thought I'd put that clip up there because it's good to be reminded, even as moms, when we feel like we're doing all we can for our children, it's good to hear from them how much they appreciate us. So I just want to say that it is now Hispanic Heritage Month, and Hispanic Heritage Month ends on the 15th of October. And so it's important if you have people that are in your network. This is a great way that you can reach out to them and just say, Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. A lot of times we feel like, oh my gosh, I want to connect with people. I don't know what to say. We'll just start with something simple, right? It's a great way that you can make some connections and begin to start the conversation on ways that you can support them. I was able to go into a room today on LinkedIn because there was a room around immigration and some of the challenges with that, being from another culture, another country, and just showing up is like half the battle, right? Sometimes just being present, just supporting people and what they're doing, you may not have to say anything. It's just being there. I think sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves thinking that we have to have all the answers. We have to say the right thing, do the right thing. And, that really makes it to where we make it so hard that we just can't show up, right? Because we're like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing this or that. And so it's probably not even worth me going. Had a room today that I went into. just listening. It was a notary room on Clubhouse. So, yes, I am still on Clubhouse, y'all. It has been since 2020 or 2021 that I have been on Clubhouse. I mean, faithfully. Okay. We're talking like a few days out of a week that I'm on Clubhouse. While everybody else is saying Clubhouse isn't the same, or they're saying, get on Chatter and some of these other places, I'm still on Clubhouse, y'all. But anyway, I was in Clubhouse and I go to different rooms because, I'm passionate about marketing and about just building relationships and meeting new people. So there's this notary community that I've been a part of. And so today, the room wasn't the normal name, I think is what it is normally when I go in there. But it has something with super in front of it. And so I said, let me go in there because I saw some of the people on stage that were familiar. So I go in the room and I'm listening because they're talking about ways to keep moving forward in your business when things are slow. So whatever the case may be, it might be the holidays, things might slow down when it comes to notary and everything. And so they were talking about some different ideas on how you can keep that momentum going when you're slow. So I'm in the room. I'm only in there for, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes or so. I was just kind of listening and I had come in late. I don't know when they started the room. So I get an invite to come on the stage. And so I definitely go on stage when people invite me. I love it because you never know who you're going to run into. And so she is the person who's the host of the room is talking. And so she says, we have a special guest here. I haven't met them, but I know they have some great insight. I've looked at them on Instagram and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, but I'm the only one with the pink ticket, right? Because that's what happens if you're in a house that you're not a member, you have this pink ticket. And so she says, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. And so she gives me the microphone and I'm just like in awe, right? I had no idea that someone was even paying attention to the things that I was doing, right? And so I was able to speak, introduce myself. But you know what I did? I highlighted her as the host. I took that moment to encourage the people listening to give her a review, right? A recommendation, maybe share the room with their community. Because I think a lot of times what happens when we um, are in the company of certain people, it's a scarcity mindset. Now, I can only say this for myself, because I was a business major and got my degree in marketing. And one of the things that they really instilled in us is this competitive mindset. And for some people, they think competition is good. You want to give your best, you want to do all the right things. But for me, it really didn't serve me. It really led to a scarcity mindset because if you're competitive and you believe it a little bit too much, you're afraid to share, right? You're afraid to promote other people. You're sometimes afraid to even collaborate with people who do the same thing you do. And so scarcity really doesn't serve you, right? But at that moment, having the microphone where I could have talked about myself, what I've got going on, I felt it was very important to show people the power in something that you could do for free and what the impact can be for the other person. We go on Clubhouse and yeah, they might have buy me a coffee or, you can donate to somebody's Cash App, which I've done those things before. But at the end of the day, it's a free platform. You're giving them your time, your expertise, your intellectual property. And she was sharing actionable things, right? Things that you could go and do immediately when you got off the call. And I think that's powerful. So I think it's important for us to realize that, we're all in this together. And social currency, using it in the right way to leverage, can be valuable, right? It could be more important than money. You think about creating content. If I was to create a post or doing this video, how valuable is it if someone shares the video? Why is that important? Because I'm in front of a different audience that I might not have been in front of before. So we sometimes take it for granted and just think that, everybody sees our value, everything comes with a cost. And yes, there are some costs, that come along with some of the things that we do. But again, it is the mindset of understanding that there are some things that we actually can bless other people with, that all it takes is a click and share, on social media. And that doesn't cost us anything. It is just putting other people's content in front of other people that might not see it. You never know where that could end up, right? So today, as we are thinking about World Mental Health Day, again, remembering that our mental health is invisible, right? However, how you feel mentally can impact your behavior, right? If I'm not feeling good, I may not want to do anything. I may not follow up with people. I may not even show up for things because I'm not feeling my best. However, having that conversation is so important because you help people to realize that they're not alone. So I know when I was isolating myself in my own mind about the things that I was struggling with, I felt like nobody could understand what I'm going through. Woe is me. I was a victim, and I'm not making light of that. But my world did not change until I began to take accountability and realize that my power was in deciding to do something different and changing my behavior. Now, it wasn't easy, and it's still a constant struggle because it's easy to go back to what's familiar, even if it didn't serve you, right? I mean, I have to tell myself this all the time. I just went to the store to get my son some Gatorade because he wasn't feeling well. But what did I do? I bought some combos. I bought a thing of turtles, right? Because I know that that's not going to serve me, right? If I really want to take care of my health and, not be putting on some extra pounds, then I need to put that stuff down. But it's just familiar, right? You just used to going in the store. It's right at the checkout. You just grab it. Sometimes the stuff is subconscious, but you have to realize, thinking about it, is this really going to serve me? Sometimes you got to ask yourself questions, talk to yourself at the checkout. Is this going to serve me? That might be the one thing I would say would be the benefit to doing self checkout, right? Because they do have some things by self checkout, but usually, they just have the checkout machine and the bags. You just check yourself out and get out of there. So you don't have that temptation about all the candy or the sodas. So I am one that I don't like self checkout. I love going to the person and talking to them because I feel like, you know what, they're not paying me to bring up my own stuff. Am I getting a discount? Right. So I'm like, I'm not saving any money, but I can talk to somebody at the checkout and meet somebody and have conversation. So for me, I prefer having somebody at the checkout rather than self checkout. But anyway, I digress. That's something totally different. That's a whole episode that I could be talking about. Automation versus manual things, right? Because I'm a person who still puts pen to paper. I love to write and journal. I think it's important to have digital platforms and certain things that you can automate, or maybe voice, activated where you could take messages. But at the end of the day, I still love writing things by hand. So again, that could be a whole nother thing, the manual versus the automation. But today, I just want to challenge you all to take some time to think about the people in your life. They could be friends, they could be neighbors, they could be your children. just take some time today to let them know that you really appreciate them. It could be simply giving them a hug. It could be sharing a dessert, right? Taking them for ice cream or bringing ice cream home, right? Bringing ice cream home with ice cream cones. And, I'm saying things that are just adding to the pound, y'all. So you might come up with something different. Maybe it's a board game, right? I think sometimes those things are like yesteryear, even though I love some board games. So when we have those moments, sometimes we get together and can get very competitive around the table, around Monopoly, Scrabble, categories. Those are some of our favorites. And even playing cards, we get to the point where we competitive with that, but take some time to let people know that you care about them. And I think this is important because for years, I felt that my worth and value was attached to the roles that I played. So I thought I had to be the best mom or the best wife or the best pastor's wife, right? The best officer's wife. All these different positions or roles that I had, I thought I had to be the best. And so what it was doing was me having this high expectation for myself. People weren't even saying anything. This was me putting the pressure on myself. And so when you let people know that you care about them, it's not that you care about them because they are on honor roll. It's not that you care about them because, they uh are great with making videos or, maybe they can draw. It's just that you love them just the way they are. And I think we don't let people know that enough, because it's so easy every day to feel like you're inadequate, like you're not enough, like you don't measure up, like you're just not valuable. We can come with all these excuses as to why we're not where we should be. But when you begin to let people know that you love them unapologetically, just as they are, it really builds their confidence. Because I know I don't have to spend time trying to feel like I have to be perfect before I do something. I can show up with my hair in a ponytail. I could show up with my glasses on or my contacts in, whether I have on tennis shoes or boots, right? Jeans or a formal gown. That is so important because for so long I had to spend so much time preparing before I got there, you know, trying to feel like, oh my gosh, this has to be perfect. I can't go, this isn't quite done. And you get there and you can't even enjoy yourself, because you're in your head talking about, did I say the right thing? Do you think I took that the right way? I mean, this whole conversation with myself and the people in front of me are probably like, is this woman here? You know what I mean? Did she even hear what I said? Because did that answer make sense? What she said? I mean, it's just crazy. So I've learned to just embrace who I am and show up 100% myself, whether I am dressed any kind of way or any kind of occasion. And it has just been a game changer. I feel like I don't have to spend time trying to be this perfect version of whoever, because, really at the end of the day, that's an illusion. Nobody's perfect, right? So when you are able to be relatable, talk about the challenges that you have. I meet so many people, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how transparent you are. But then they talk to me and share their situation because I share mine. So I think it's important for us to be in a space to where we recognize that we are all valuable just the way we are, and we all have unique gifts. So, hey, Patty, I am so glad to see you. It has been a long time since we connected. Patty was a guest on one of my shows, and she is still doing phenomenal things. And I just want to say, your mom looks amazing. I saw one of your posts recently that it was her birthday or something, and she looks amazing. So, whatever she's drinking, I need to make sure that I get some, okay? Because I definitely uh would love to look like that when I'm that age. I just think it's awesome, right? We had a grand opening over the weekend in Dallas, and so I went to 92. Is that just amazing, y'all? I'm telling you, you should go to Patty's page and look at her mom. She is just gorgeous, right? So I met this lady who was 80. And, she's telling me she's still on Facebook and everything. And I just think it's just awesome, right? How I remember when 50, I thought 50 was old, and here I am 53, almost 54. I used to think, "Oh my gosh, that is just so old," but now I'm like, I feel young still, and I used to think 80 was old or 90, and now I see people still thriving at that age, and I'm just like, it's just so inspiring, right? I think we all need a little inspiration, so on a day like today especially, it's important to inspire other people. Tell your story. You never know who is making an excuse in their own life, but then they hear your story, and that's what it does. It helps them eliminate the excuses. I know people are like, "Oh my gosh, if I had 15 kids, I couldn't do what you're doing, and I only have one." Okay, so if you only have one, you don't have any excuses. Let's get busy, right? Because the gifts and talents you have are valuable no matter how many kids you have. It's not about the kids you have, right? It's about what is your skill set and the value that you bring to the world that people are missing out on because we're in our own head. So it's important for us to get out of our own way. So, oh, thank you so much. She says, I laughed yesterday. I used to call women more of my age of 67, 68 in December, all little old ladies now their age. I'm one of those little lovely old ladies, and for sure I don't feel it. That's amazing. And you look amazing. 68 in December. Yeah, I do remember we both shared our birthday in the same month. And keep doing what you're doing because let's just help people get rid of these excuses. It doesn't matter what your childhood was like. It doesn't matter how many kids you have. What matters is the fact that you are here for a reason to do great things. That's what matters. So, follow Patty because she has a platform as well. And she would be a great connection for you to connect with and see the wonderful things that she's doing. So, I want to thank you all for being here today, whether you're watching live or the replay. You might be somebody that's not used to engaging. And so you're like, oh, I want to say something, but I don't know. I'm just glad you're watching. I'm glad you're here. So connect with Patty. And Patty, I'm going to reach out to you. We need to connect, catch up, and you guys can tell me some of your aging secrets. Okay. Because I wanna look like you when I'm almost 68 and definitely like your mom when she's 92, when I'm 92. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy World Mental Health Day. Remember that you matter, I matter, we all matter. So, let's just share positivity with each other and keep moving forward. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye for now.
Advice to you that service is a gift that we all should give. So when somebody asks you to do something, or if you're beginning to do your business on your own, remember to say, how may I serve you?